Okay, this is going to be the first time you go see my let's continue where we left off. Okay. This should.
With all these tourists, these shops must be thriving.
Oh, you bugger. Hello, Scott. Thank you. Thank you, Scott.
The number is upside down. This is definitely at number 6. A dual locking padlock. I need to find the code and then insert a key.
Okay. 7. Thank you. No? Use.
Firstly, I have to enter the padlock's code.
Here we go. 8.
It definitely was here that the victim left her belongings.
Okay.
Betty's first day at work. Mom is very proud of you. Elizabeth Barnard, 7 August 1931. So, the young lady did have a name starting with B, and she worked as a ginger cat, an establishment that must be slightly further along the beach. The purse is full. Yet again, we can dismiss theft as the motive for the murder. Here is the watch she must have removed to prevent it from getting wet. A top brand lipstick. She liked to take care of her
Okay,
appearance,
because the camera is
as well as a photo of the
Got a
victim
camera
with some
on.
company.
That's
It could be
You'll
useful
be
to
alright
me.
then. Okay, because I know you don't like to be on camera.
Jap has gone to the police.
Oh, okay.
The victim has
fair
been
enough.
identified and
So-
her family had reported her disappearance. She was called?
Elizabeth Barnard, mainly Betty. She worked as a ginger cat at the cafe slightly further along the beach.
But Poirot, how on earth?
That's fair enough. I just
Never mind.
I'll
Do
just
you
let
have
you
her
know.
address?
Yes, she lived with her parents on the street leading to the beach, number 22. Shall we go?
You are far too impatient, Hastings. Let the poor people take in the news first. Let us go and visit the cafe where Betty worked.
okay. Oh, yeah.
I fear that this case is far from being solved.
Come on, Poirot. You'll find the killer.
Certes. But how many times will he kill before I do? Hastings appears to be ill at ease.
Hello, boss killer. How you doing?
I'll be with you in a minute, gentlemen.
This is a well-laid table. Nothing is out of place, and above all, no creases.
You good? Hello, Johnny. How you doing?
Something tells me that she's the owner of the ginger cat.
Okay.
This woman must be the owner of the ginger cat. It looks like something is bothering her.
How can I help you?
A hot chocolate and a tea for my friend, please.
I'll bring it straight away.
I need to know the time range during which Betty was working on her own.
That?
This page won't help me. These are the different waiting staff's bills. Which ones were written by Betty? I should consult the register first.
Okay. Get back in.
Where is Betty?
What is to do?
Betty worked from 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Would she have been alone at any time during her service? This page won't help me. Most probably a single man, a whiskey lover, maybe the murderer. This bill may have been written by Betty. There is probably another one.
Yes. Betty.
No, something's not right. Betty was alone at just... Most probably a single man, a whiskey lover, maybe the murderer. This bill may have been...
Hello, BC Gaming. How are you doing?
Most probably a family. Betty served a family and a man on his own, a whiskey drinker, maybe the murderer. This information will help me to progress.
How you
What?
doing?
Gentlemen, what are you doing?
We are searching for clues, mademoiselle. My name is Hercule Poirot. I am a detective, and this is Captain Hastings. Does Betty Barnard work here?
That is correct. She should have been here a while ago. Punctuality is the first rule of politeness.
This is the first time
I
I'm
fear
doing
that Miss
this.
Barnard will not be coming today. She has just been found, dead, on the beach a few hundred meters from the cafe.
How awful. Poor young thing. What happened?
She appears to have been murdered.
This is most distressing. How this will affect my business, I shudder to think.
That's right.
What can you tell us about Miss Barnard?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. Miss Barnard was my employee. Her private life was none of my business.
You did know at least that she had a young man.
Indeed.
In the photo is okay.
This photo was found. Is this him?
Yes, that's him all right. But I haven't seen him for some time.
Lazy. No.
Do you think there may have been some problems between them?
I'm not on those sort of terms with my staff. Now, please excuse me, I have work to do.
The customer who ordered the whiskey might provide us more information. He may have been the last one to see Betty alive.
It is an interesting idea, Hastings. Maybe he is a regular guest. What do you think, mademoiselle?
I don't think so. Our regular guests tend to order tea and cakes. At this time of the year, there are a lot of tourists about you never see again.
That's what I thought. Time to visit Betty's home.
Before you look at it.
What a pity. I don't have any change to make it work. Miss Marion is...
The 22. As he didn't live far from the beach.
How do you do, mademoiselle? My name is Hercule Poirot.
I know you. You're that detective we hear all about.
I do not know if that is a compliment, but I will take it as one for now. You are Betty's sister, I believe?
Yes. My name is Megan.
Can we come in?
Please do. My parents are at the police station. I doubt they'll be up to speaking to you later.
Do not worry, we will not bother them.
Did you know your sister's plans for yesterday evening?
No. I arrived by train this morning. My parents called me in a panic when they discovered that Betty had disappeared. She went out last night, but she didn't tell them where she was going.
What was your last conversation about?
Her new dress. She wanted a pair of black stockings to go with it. Mother brought her a pair. The very day it happened. She was crying. And to think that Betty never even wore them. Oh, Mummy.
No.
This gramophone is magnificent. It is a one-off, without a doubt. The Barnard appeared to make music a priority in their budget.
And then... one...
Their home is modest, but the Barnards are definitely music lovers. What is she feeling at the moment? Betty's older sister is not just sad, she is angry.
If Betty used a lot. Why?
Did Betty go out often?
My sister wasn't a child, sir. She used to go out. She enjoyed films, dancing. She was a very good girl who didn't hang around with men. That's what they always say, no?
The pain is making you bitter, Mademoiselle Barnard.
I'm not interested in your compassion, Mr. Poirot.
Très bien, mademoiselle. Could you at least tell me a little about Betty's young man?
His name is Donald Fraser, a very nice young man. Oh, excuse me, I have to answer that.
But of course.
Betty's room is opposite the stairs on the first floor. Feel free to take a look if you think it might be useful.
This young woman is far too clever not to have anything else for us.
Do you think she's hiding something?
That is what I'm trying to find out.
Surely you don't think she did it?
I did not say anything of the sort, but young women always ruin your judgment, Hastings. Who knows, maybe Megan was jealous of her attractive young sister.
I see. She may have had her sights on the inheritance. Or maybe she was in love with Donald Fraser.
We have to study all scenarios, even the most unlikely. But I doubt that Mr. and Mrs. Barnard are rich enough to justify murder. While I try and get Miss Barnard to talk, I would like you to try and find Donald Fraser. It should be easy to find the estate agents where he works. Bring him to the Ginger Cat. I would like to talk with him before the Chief Inspector finds him.
Okay, well, look, is this the room?
Looking at all the clothes she took out, Betty must have had a problem deciding what to wear. Maybe she had a date? It looks like Betty was also a music lover, the same as her family. Without a doubt, Betty used to sing. A box of new stockings. It looks like Betty has a very busy life.
Good.
Betty liked luxury and going out, and being as pretty as she was, she probably did not have any problem getting herself invited. Something on this clock bothers me. Strange. A sheet of paper is blocked in the clock. What a strange mechanism. I don't think it serves to turn the hands. The cogs are blocked by these wooden panels. The cogs are blocked by these wooden panels. I definitely need an object to make these cogs turn. I definitely need an object to make these cogs turn. This wooden panel is blocked. I can't open it. I definitely need an object to make these cogs turn.
No, yes.
This small key should be useful to me. I've finished with this subject. Medicine to prevent voice loss. Did Betty have problems with her voice? A record sleeve with a handwritten title. Betty must have recorded the demo. I'd be interested to hear it. Something on this clock bothers me. This wooden panel is blocked. I can't open it. What a strange mechanism. I don't think it serves to turn the hands.
Hey, Ginger Fox, how you? Not doing anything. Stop.
I definitely need an object to make these cogs turn.
Yeah, right. I'm missing something.
Something on this clock bothers me. What a strange mechanism. I don't think it serves to turn the hands. I definitely need an object to make these cogs turn. This metal disc is stuck. This metal disc is stuck. This metal disc is stuck.
Hey, okay. Use.
There, that's better.
Oh.
This metal disc is stuck. I definitely need an object to make these cogs turn.
Hey.
This wooden panel is blocked. I can't open it.
Use a. Hey.
I definitely need an object to make these cogs turn. I definitely need an object to make these cogs turn.
Just go by then.
I have not finished inspecting Betty's bedroom. Something on this clock bothers me. A records. Something on this clock bothers me. This metal disc is stuck. What a strange mechanism. I don't think it serves to turn the head.
Middle.
I definitely need an object to make these cogs turn. I definitely need an object.
No. Move.
There, that's better. This metal disc is stuck. This wooden panel is blocked. I can't open it. This wooden panel is blocked. I can't open it.
Hello, how you doing?
This wooden panel is blocked. I can't open it.
Sorry, I... Yeah, it did. I remember. I know I was unsure. Oh, yes. Yes. How you doing? You're welcome.
I definitely need an object to make these cogs turn. I definitely need an object to make these cogs turn. This decoration appears to be firmly fastened. This decoration appears to be firmly fastened.
Okay.
This wooden panel is blocked. I can't open it. Could the screw be slightly loose? Could the screw be slightly loose? This decoration appears to be firmly fastened. This decoration appears to be firmly fastened. This leg is not well attached. Good. It should be possible to open the wooden panel. Look, a key.
Oh, thank.
This could be useful.
Yes. Please.
No, the key does not fit this cog.
Thing is this one.
I definitely need an...
No.
Ah! Something clicked on the front of the clock.
Oh, thank you.
A new lock has appeared. What does it open?
Do this one. No. One.
This could be useful.
Oh, thank God for that.
Betty, I enjoyed a wonderful evening in your company, and I hope that we will see each other again very soon. D. My dearest Betty, I know that your art is already spoken for, but you are the most beautiful dancer I have ever had the pleasure of meeting, and I am impatient to see you again. Adrian.
Listen to his recording.
Without a doubt, Betty used to sing.
Is it?
Without a doubt, Betty used to sing. A records...
No. You hear?
Let us see. What is this cupboard hiding? This looks like solfège. That doesn't work. I must have forgotten a step. First of all, I have to take the ender. There is bound to be a clue somewhere.
About Hello, Wolf. Hey, old Wolf. How you doing? Yeah, it's only one we use a lot. You good?
There is bound to be a clue somewhere. This looks like solfège. There is probably a link with what I saw in the drawer. I heard the sound of a mechanism being triggered.
Done.
I just have to put the record on the gramophone and start it.
German charges pop. We got a small bottle of pop and cans.
It looks like something goes in.
Yeah, this. We could use this.
That doesn't work. I must have forgotten a step.
Move it.
That doesn't work. I must have forgotten. That doesn't work. I must have forgotten a step.
Click that on. No. God's sake. Down. And press. Oh, enjoy the music.
Oh, Donald! We're in the middle of recording.
Sorry, Betty, but it's not wise. The doctor said you should rest your voice.
You're such a killjoy sometimes.
Betty was such a good singer.
It's true. Did she have any problem with her throat?
Yes, she had to be careful with her voice. Of course, she didn't follow the doctor's advice. If Don didn't insist, she... Well, it's too late for all that now.
Okay, that's good.
It looks like this woman is single, but she has feelings for someone.
No wedding. She's got a feeling for Donald.
She is looking so intensely at this photo. But is it really a sister that she's studying in this manner?
Hello, Sylvia. Hey, how you doing? Oh, no.
They made the perfect couple, am I correct?
Yes, in a way. She was pretty and he...
Well?
He's a bright man, with a promising career ahead of him. He would have made Betty a good husband. He was always attentive and generous. Oh, a true gentleman.
I hear a note of envy in your voice.
You must have heard wrong.
Donald appeared to be very much in love with your sister.
Yes, he was mad about her.
Mad, you say? Being madly in love can often be destructive, and Mr. Fraser was known for being jealous, I believe.
No more than average. Men are always slightly possessive, especially when they are with a pretty woman.
You are a poor liar, Mademoiselle Bernard.
Excuse me, Mr. Poirot, but I do not see why you are interested in our humble little crime.
It would appear that your sister's murder is the second in a series that we have to stop as quickly as possible. The first was in Andover, and the same as your sister, the murderer sent me a letter informing me that a crime would be committed in that town. Now can I count on your honesty?
Yes, you have my confidence, Mr. Poirot. Don is a quiet and sensitive young man, slightly reserved too, and as is often the case with reserved people, when he flew into a temper, he completely lost control. He could be so violent. Betty was frightened.
And when was this?
The first time was about a year ago, but they rowed more recently. Donald
Thank you,
found out
Sophie.
that Betty had lied to him.
How you
She said
doing?
she was going out with a girlfriend, but she went out for dinner with a married man. It was an awful scene. She told him that until they were married, she was free to go with whoever she pleased. Donald turned quite pale and started shaking and kept saying one day...
Well?
he'd commit murder.
As he is that Donald. Yes.
So you were afraid that he would become our main suspect. I know that Fraser was jealous, but I wonder why you feel the need to protect him.
Exactly. Had you not told me about the case, I would never have dared to tell you about this little matter. Don loved Betty with all his heart. I can't imagine for one instant that he would hurt her.
Very good, Mademoiselle Bernard. Thank you for your help.
Fraser is at the Ginger Cat. The police haven't spoken to him, but they want to.
Très bien, Hastings. Let's see him now. Au revoir, mademoiselle. My deepest condolences to your parents.
Of course, Mr. Poirot. And don't be too hard on Don. He's more fragile than he looks.
If you say so. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
What he planned then. Here we go. Again.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Yeah. One and using now. Come here. One more. Game it dice on.
You've seen Fraser, Hastings. What is your feeling?
He's a big chap. Fragile isn't exactly the word that springs to mind. I talked to his landlady before seeing him. She went to bed at 11. Fraser wasn't home yet.
Bien. Megan Barnard said
Hello,
he is a
Gemma. How are
reserved
you doing?
character but with a nasty temper. We will see if this is the case.
Wait a second. Okay, we'll go to Ginger Cat.
How do you do, Mr. Fraser?
You're Hercule Poirot. Mr. Hastings said you wanted to speak to me.
Yes. I know that it may not be at the right time, but I would like to ask you a few questions.
Look at it.
This man looks suspicious.
Choose.
Leave me alone.
Donald Fraser is in a terrible state, as if he hadn't slept all night. And he's drinking white horse.
Leave me alone.
Speak to him.
Tell me that it's a mistake. That Betty isn't dead.
Sadly, your lady friend has been murdered, Mr. Fraser.
Oh, Betty, if only you'd listened.
It's okay. Yes, sir.
Did you visit Betty yesterday afternoon?
No, I haven't seen Betty for 2 days. I was at the office yesterday afternoon.
Can you prove that?
Of course. But why this question? Betty died yesterday evening, didn't she?
I think.
Betty was murdered during the night, but that does not prove that she did not meet a murderer earlier in the day.
So am I a suspect?
Everybody close to Betty is a suspect, Mr. Fraser. I would be a very poor detective if I did not examine all possible eventualities. Do you know what Betty's plans were yesterday evening?
She said she was having dinner with her sister.
Why? I believe her.
Yet, Megan only returned to Bexhill this morning, Mr. Fraser.
I didn't know.
Right. May I ask you what you were doing yesterday evening?
I spent the evening working.
Your colleagues can confirm this?
No, I often take work home with me.
Point out using that by using. Okay.
You are lying, Mr. Fraser. As was Betty when she hid the fact from you that she was seeing other men.
Betty was a very decent young woman. How dare you sully her memory?
I am not interested in memories of her, Mr. Fraser. I am looking for a killer, and I need you to be my closest ally. That is, unless you have something to hide.
Of course I don't.
Très bien. So, what were we saying? Where were you yesterday evening?
I looked everywhere for her, but in vain. When she said she was going to have dinner with her sister on a weekday, I thought it was strange. I tried not to think about it, but I was like a lion in a cage. I was convinced she was lying. So I went round all the restaurants in the town. When I didn't find her, I went to the next town. But nothing. I must have got home about midnight or 1 o'clock.
Did anybody see you?
I don't think so. I didn't talk to anybody. I was so furious.
Ah, I knew I'd find you here, Poirot. I thought the victim's young man was here.
Yes, he's all yours, Chief Inspector. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Okay. Did Donald have motive to before Betty's murder? Betty used to go out that one. Man. Come on. This. I did it. It doesn't apply. Fellow might have been at the beach and killed Betty. Hawkins, you murders. No? Try that one. Hello, love Miss Dano. How you doing? What was that? Pretend the car scene. How you doing?
Fraser doesn't have an alibi and he's extremely jealous.
You are very skilled at summing up.
And yet you haven't asked Jap to arrest him.
It is too soon. But I agree, without the letters announcing the crimes, Fraser would already be behind bars. Bon, I think we have enough elements. Let's reconstruct the events at the scene of the crime.
I can't imagine how the murderer wasn't seen, though. Surely she must have struggled.
Let us try and imagine the scene.
What is he doing behind?
The killer and the victim are walking on the beach. Miss Betty has a bag, a belt around her waist, and carries her shoes in her hand. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 5.
No, he didn't. Come on.
Both of them walk slowly to hut number 6. Miss Betty enters the hut. She leaves without her belongings. Then she hides a code.
New bell. Hey.
They keep walking. Then she removes her belt.
The murderer moves behind her and then attacks her by surprise. The body falls, lifeless, on the sand.
Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
Yep. That?
Without the ABC, we might have suspected Mr. Asher and Mr. Fraser. But by timing his crimes, the murderer is making sure he's accused. In a way, it is very generous of him.
Generous? The murderer seduced Betty in order to lure her to the beach and kill her.
Indeed, the young woman was certainly careless, but not stupid enough to follow a stranger. Return to London, mon cher Hastings.
Go back to London. Emperor's ego.
Could it be the same buildings as on the victim's photo?
Jesus.
This is definitely where the photo I found in the hut was taken.
Go back.
Right, back to London. There is nothing more for us to do here.
Jap has decided to reveal details to the press. The alphabet murder is now famous.
It is not a bad idea. The more people who know, the greater our chances of finding out something of interest.
Poirot, I have a bad feeling.
Yeah, another murder. See.
Poor Mr. Poirot, not so good at these little criminal matters as you thought yourself, are you? Rather past your prime, perhaps. Let us see if you can do any better this time. This time, it's an easy one. Churston on the 30th. Do try and do something about it. It's a bit dull having it all my own way, you know. Good hunting. Ever yours, ABC. Good hunting. Did you hear that, Poirot? The murderer seems to be taking it all as a game, a challenge. He will strike on 30th in Churston. We must warn Scotland Yard. No time to lose. We must prepare our suitcases for Churston.
Mon Dieu, it is already 10 o'clock. I will call Scotland Yard immediately.
Jag går trycka på så jag ska se. Okay, I'm back. Is another letter involved?
In his haste, Hastings tore the envelope. Daily Flicker, July 30, 1935. ABC affair, no progress. The alphabet murderer is still on the run. Ever since the police found the connection between the Bexhill and Andover affairs, the inquiry has barely progressed. In this issue, we are publishing provocative letters sent by the killer to Hercule Poirot. Unfortunately, they have not yet helped to find him. Daily Flicker, July the 26th, 1935. The Bexhill Horror. Young maid strangled on the beach. Killer struck at midnight.
It was Colin.
Hello, chap. We received a new letter from ABC in the 10 o'clock post.
Where and when?
In Cheston. Today.
Today? I'll inform the population immediately.
I'll check the train times. Call me back.
What I need to do? Newsletter.
It is not a good time. Poor Mr. Poirot. Not so good at these little criminal matters as you thought yourself, are you? Rather past your prime, perhaps? Let us see if you can do any better this time. This time it is an easy one. Cheston on the 30th. Do try and do something about it. It is a bit dull having it all my own way, you know. Good hunting. Ever yours, ABC. It is not a good time. Hastings, what you are doing is an absolute disaster. That is no way to pack suitcases.
Heavens, we must hurry! We have to get to Cheston before the murder!
You're right, Hastings. It is an emergency.
At last, Poirot, you're being reasonable. Poirot, you were right. I've just consulted the ABC guide. There's no hurry. The next train doesn't leave till 11:45.
You see, there is no need to hurry. We will not be in Cheston until tomorrow morning. After the murder.
But why has the murderer warned us so late? It's not what he usually does. Did he do it on purpose?
Very good question, Hastings. We should also compare the letter we have just received with the other two, although I have very little doubt about what we will find. Poor Mr. Poirot. We've missed the 6:45 train, but we have plenty of time to catch the night train. Right, let us compare this new letter with the second one. Let us examine this more closely. Certain characters in the two letters may have similar defects. Yes, this I is weird. Yes, this I is weird. Right, let us compare this with the other letter. Yes, the I characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
Okay.
Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual. Right, let us compare this with the other letter. That's right. The A characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
The W.
The W is not printed properly. Right, let us compare this with the other letter. Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Come on. Here's one of them. Okay?
The letter should have arrived in time. The postmark shows that it was sent 3 days ago. However, our man made a mistake in the address, which explains the delay. All the same, the post office took their time correcting the error.
Come on, Poirot. Your address is not quite as well known as that of Scotland Yard. Poirot, the telephone. It must be Jap.
I have some news from Churchton. bad news, I'm afraid. Sir Carmichael Clark was murdered while out on his evening walk.
Sir Carmichael Clark. The name is familiar to me.
He was a famous throat specialist, one of the best in London. A wealthy man, he retired to Combside, a beautiful house by the sea. He collected antiques.
Are you going there?
Yes, let's meet on the train.
Another murder.
The victim is called Sir Carmichael Clark, one of the best throat specialists in London. The body was still warm when we found it. If we'd been warned earlier, we definitely could have saved him.
It appears that the
Hello,
murderer
Bingo.
made a
How you
mistake when he
doing?
wrote his letter.
A mistake?
Thank
Lucky
you.
for him.
And what if he did it on purpose?
No. He's defined his madcap rules and he's sticking to them. It's a matter of pride for him. Shall we go up to the house, Poirot?
You go, my friend. I will come soon.
And we need to look at the pic.
Jap has emptied the victim's pockets and has laid out their contents on this piece of wax cloth. It is pointless. An oriental dragon. It's an old piece, much older than the pocket watch on which it was fastened. Nothing appears to be missing from this wallet.
So you came five. And there's everything.
A signet ring, very probably with the Clark family's coat of arms.
That's it. Look animal and the bird body.
The gravel on the path has been sprayed with blood that covers a conical-shaped area, which starts at the body and becomes wider as it moves further from the bush. Sir Carmichael's throat was cut. It's a clean incision, a professional murder. An ABC guide. The murderer's customary signature, covered in blood this time.
Okay, one more.
Apart from the wound to the throat, the body is untouched. No cuts, no bruises.
Not one that I know.
This place is very calming.
Rabbit hole. Look, flowers. There's that.
The site is exceptional. It is easy to imagine that Sir Carmichael used to enjoy stopping here every evening. The body is just in front of a bush, one of the only bushes in the surrounding area. The vegetation behind the bush has been trampled. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Okay. What? Wait. Okay. Oh, okay.
Sir Carmichael had his back to the bush when the killer cut the throat from behind. A fatal blow that sprayed blood over a range of more than 1 meter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Seen a murder? No.
Have you finished, Poirot?
Chief Inspector, many questions remain unanswered, but I am certain of one thing.
Nice.
The killer has prepared his crime very carefully.
Quite right. He must have known Sir Carmichael's movements well to plan such an attack.
The motive. Nothing stolen.
The murderer struck with terrible savagery.
Yes, blood flowed. It's the first time he's attacked a man. He armed himself accordingly.
Have you spoken to the victim's family, Chief Inspector?
I've spoken to the brother, Franklin Clark. I didn't get much out of him. He's yours. I must get the body removed.
Let's go to there.
To be honest, this inspector seems rather obtuse. I'm counting on your friend Poirot to catch my brother's murderer. Ah, here he is now. Please, Mr. Poirot. Mr. Poirot, this is my brother's secretary, Miss Thora Gray.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Poirot. Would you like some tea?
No, thank you, mademoiselle. I find it hard to digest. It is not the right time.
Hello, girl.
There is something elegant about her.
No, so did.
She has good taste, except perhaps in her choice of jewelry.
Please excuse me, I have to take care of Lady Clark.
It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to question him. It is a once...
My brother's wife is gravely ill. You will probably want to question her, but I fear that it won't be possible today.
Of course, I understand. Someone set a trap for your brother. Who was familiar with his habits?
Everybody knew he took his evening walk at 8:30, and that he always followed the same path.
Point out the baseball is no.
And did people of the village know Sir Carmichael's habits?
I don't know. It's possible.
What were you doing last night?
After dinner, I went to my bedroom. At 11 in the evening, the telephone rang. It was the police. I went to look for my brother.
Was it your favorite novel?
The Railway Children by Edith Nesbit. I know it's a children's book, but it's enthralling.
So it was you who found the body?
Yes, along with the gardener.
Have you seen any strangers around the house recently?
No. As far as I know, nobody has been near the house.
Miss Clark.
Oh, Lady Clark must have fallen from her chair. I have to help Miss Grey get her up.
Hastings, while our host is gone, let's examine the drawing room.
But, Poirot, a gentleman shouldn't...
I take full responsibility. All you have to do is to leave the drawing room door ajar and let me know if anyone is coming.
Okay. Let's take a look at this.
A tiger. A turtle.
We're looking turtle.
Dragon, dragon, dragon. Sir Carmichael showed himself to be very consistent in his collection's theme. A dragon. It is an emperor. His place at the center of the table is probably symbolic. A crane? Comside's private collection. Purchases since 1920. The catalogue for Sir Carmichael Clark's collection. Sir Carmichael's collection could rival that of a major museum. The interior is richly decorated.
Another dragon.
Dragon, dragon, dragon. Sir Carmichael showed himself to be very consistent in his collection's theme. Turtle, the dragon, the crane and the tiger. I think I've already seen this motif somewhere.
table. Hello, Chris. How are you doing? Oh, hello. Red. Middle bit.
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table. The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table. The cardinal points. This book could maybe help me. Each cardinal point is associated with one animal and one color. In the middle sits the imperial dragon, and out of respect, all the others are turned towards him.
And go.
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
And when I look at
It is blocked.
oh, actually,
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
um, yeah. Yeah. Yes.
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
Really?
Each cardinal point is associated with one animal and one color. In the middle sits the imperial dragon, and out of respect, all the others are turned towards him. The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
Read that one.
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
You know.
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
Okay, but look at the table.
It is blocked.
I do not get that.
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
No, get it. Right, because I know what it is. These wood. No.
The position of each motif is correct, but The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table. The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
Facing forward. Due to reason.
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
No.
The position of each motif.
No. No. You wed. Storm, seriously. Oh, Storm. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Nothing. Underneath.
I think I heard a bang.
Oh, whatever.
This is interesting. These daggers are only ceremonial weapons. I do not think that the crime weapon is here.
Sorry. No.
Ernest Logan, MD, Brighton Cancer
Hello,
Institute, 201 Dusk Road, Brighton, Sussex.
Stream today.
To Sir Carmichael Clark, MD, Comsite Churton, Devon. Brighton, 1935, January the 5th. As a man of science, I owe it to you to be completely frank. Lady Clark, your wife is suffering from a generalized terminal cancer. I confess I didn't suspect anything like that during the first exams. But with the test results I have received today, there is unfortunately no place for doubt. I estimate that Lady Clark's life expectancy is no more than 1 year. Hospitalization would not help in her case, so I advise you to keep her at home and provide her with as much morphine as required to ease her last moments. Yours sincerely, Ernest Logan.
Here's Miss Gray.
Okay.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Lady Clark's condition requires regular care. I believe you want to ask me a few questions.
Indeed, mademoiselle. This porcelain is remarkable. Is it old?
It's about 3 centuries old, I believe. Wait, let me find the reference.
She appears to be very flustered.
Move. Dismiss. Move.
Just a minute, please, Mr. Poirot.
Stay still.
She's unable to hide her emotion, and her makeup has been disturbed. I think that this young woman has just been kissed.
Here? Teapot with black dragon, Gangshi period, end of the 17th century. It is a rare piece with unusual colours.
You have a good knowledge of art history.
Acquired while working with Sir Carmichael. I used to help him manage his collection and choose his new acquisitions.
Okay.
And sometimes, he used to give you a piece as a gift. Is that right?
Gift? What do you mean?
Approach.
I am referring to your brooch.
This old brooch?
Mademoiselle, you know perfectly well. I am talking about the magnificent brooch you were wearing earlier.
Yes, you're right. Sir Carmichael did give it to me. He valued my work. How could I refuse? He would have been offended.
Lady.
You took it off because of Lady Clark, am I right?
Indeed. Lady Clark does not like this jewel. Why upset someone who is so gravely ill?
Lady Clark first.
I see. Maybe Lady Clark is a little jealous.
Mr. Poirot, do not be mistaken. There was nothing going on between Sir Carmichael Clark and myself. It's just... how should I say? Well, Lady Clark is very suspicious. Insanely suspicious. Wearing this old brooch in front of her would have caused her unnecessary suffering. Don't you think?
I am not blaming you, mademoiselle. Have you seen any strangers hanging around in the past few days?
No. Nobody has been near Cumside.
Tell me what happened last night.
After dinner? Well, I did some sewing and then I went to bed. I was woken by the telephone at 11. I heard Franklin Clark speaking with the gardener. They left with some lanterns and they found the body.
Am I right thinking that something is going on between you and Franklin?
How dare you ask me such a question?
Yes.
Mademoiselle, it is difficult to hide things from me. He kissed you earlier, did he not?
My goodness, with Sir Carmichael's death, I was feeling so awful, so worried. I was unable to resist.
I am not judging you, mademoiselle.
Miss Grey, if I may be so bold, please do not take offence. My friend has rather unusual methods, but all he wants is to find the murderer.
Yes, I understand. I must rest. Please excuse me.
Earlier, you asked me to watch the living room door for you. I don't wish to be indiscreet, but sometimes a gentleman stumbles upon a secret without intending to.
That is sometimes the case.
And I saw Franklin Clark kissing Miss Grey at the foot of the stairs.
Do you think this is a common occurrence?
No, I saw emotion, intensity. I think it was their first kiss.
Well done, mon ami. Well spotted.
However, I don't think I completely understand this business. Why did Sir Carmichael not defend himself? He appeared to have been active and strong.
The murderer did not give him a chance. Let us try and reconstruct the scene. Sir Clark is taking his customary walk. Our killer is hiding behind a bush.
Oh. No, he will wait.
The old man walks quietly along the gravel path. Then he turns towards the sea to gaze at it. The killer leaves his hiding place on the right-hand side. He approaches silently over the grass.
That's right.
Then he throws himself on his prey and cuts the poor man's throat. He then lays down the ABC before leaving. Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
Oh, just a minute. I'm getting dressed.
Mr. Kirst, have you recently returned from Churston?
Yes. Indeed I have.
Have you seen the papers? And to think that you might have rubbed shoulders with the killer. Imagine that. Mr. Cust, are you all right? You don't seem well.
My apologies. My throat is burning and my head feels heavy. It's ever since the war, you know. Since my injury, my head has never been the same.
Poirot, it's a pleasure to be with you again after all these years. I looked for a gift to thank you, and I found this propelling pencil.
An authentic collector's item. You spoil me, mon ami.
And you more so by sharing investigations.
Do not underestimate the help you are to me, Hastings. Intellect is not everything. There is also goodwill, and you are not short of that. Later, I will ask you to help me tidy up the room and bring some chairs. Our guest will be here soon.
Ah, is Thora Grey coming?
Naturally. She is a fascinating young woman, n'est-ce pas?
Oh, come on, Poirot. I'm a married man. And Miss Grey has already been courted by Franklin Clark. Poirot, our guests will be here soon. We must prepare ourselves.
I should take advantage of the silence to examine them.
Guy done? Are you done? Okay.
Donald is always on edge.
Hold on. And sand. Dark circles.
Donald Fraser is very nervous at the moment, even if he is trying hard to control himself. She appears to have taken more care with her appearance than the last time.
Look at Donald.
She's looking at Mr. Fraser out of the corner of her eye. Did she make herself beautiful for him?
Yes.
I should take advantage of the silence to examine them. I should... Sometimes I love a brunette, sometimes I love a blonde. That's what the song says. The song says, I ought to concentrate on my guests. Franklin Clark always seems at ease, regardless of where he is. Something that's unique to people who travel. I wish to thank you all for coming. I wanted to bring everyone close to the victims here in order to unmask the murderer.
Get to the point, Mr. Poirot. What do you want from us?
You are an intelligent woman, Mademoiselle Barnard, and I'm sure that you have already understood my intentions.
You think that if we put our heads together, we might come up with something new?
I am convinced of it. What I ask is that you search your memories. The murderer must have left some trace.
Yes, he must have prepared his crimes very carefully.
Tout à fait. He did not get to Bexhill at midnight in order to strangle a young girl whose name by chance starts with B.
Must we go into that?
Mr. Fraser, please get a grip on yourself.
Well, I want to help you, but I don't remember anything else. Nothing I haven't already said.
And you, Mademoiselle Barnard? Did your sister say she was seeing another man?
She never would have told me.
Why would she hide the fact from you?
Betty knew I didn't approve of her behaviour. Her flirting was spoiling any chance she might have had.
Tell me, mademoiselle, what did you talk about with your sister?
Silly things. Her new dress. She wanted a pair of black stockings to go with it. Mother bought her a brand new pair. The day it happened, she was crying. And to think that Betty never even wore them. Poor Mummy.
Your sister used to sing, I believe. Did she ever perform in public?
She dreamt about it, but she had a very bad cough. It troubled her greatly. She had to cancel auditions and miss lots of opportunities. A pity.
Yes, she sang well, but that doesn't tell us much about the murderer.
Qui sait? In any case, we now have enough information to draw up a relatively precise psychological profile. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Is the killer clever? Oh. Cover that? Okay. Is the killer's thought himself or of it? No? With Betty, yeah. Does the killer like fame? He passed the... Yeah. The killer... No.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we can now surmise without too much risk of error that our adversary is calculative, sure of himself, a seducer, of outstanding intelligence, that he has plenty of self-control, and that he likes railways. It's a good start. Other meetings may be necessary. I hope that you will be able to come back again.
Well, it's just that...
As Mary was...
Is something bothering you, Mary?
Well, Mr. Poirot, you see... I don't know if I can come to London just like that.
It's normal that people helping with this inquiry should be reimbursed. Starting with you, Miss Drower. Please allow me to pay for your train tickets.
Oh, sir, I cannot accept.
But you must. Mademoiselle, I may not be rich, but my brother left a fortune which will be mine.
Mr. Clark, that's very generous of you.
Well, someone has to foot the bill. Mr. Poirot, would it be possible for you to come back to Devon? Lady Clark has expressed a wish to see you. We'll adjust her medicine so she'll not be too drowsy.
But of course, I shall come the day after tomorrow if it is convenient. Thank you all for coming. We will meet again soon. The meeting was most fruitful.
Really?
Hastings, I believe now we have everything we need to find a common point between the victims. Now it is time for us to use our grey matter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
the thrift. About boat. The bloke, his photograph. The one on the beach. Problem with our phone. Then
The first two victims suffered from bad throat, and that was precisely the specialty of the third victim, Dr. Clark.
We have a lead.
It would pay to take a closer look at the medical records of Dr. Clark's patients.
We'll do so during our next visit to Churston.
I will do it myself, mon ami. You must remain in London just in case ABC sends us another letter.
Very well, as you wish. Thank you for coming, Mr. Poirot. Lady Clark is waiting for you in her bedroom on the first floor. Please excuse me, I cannot stay for the interview. I've to take Miss Gray to the station to see our lawyer in Torquay.
went on harder, even our job.
Are you leaving Churston for good?
Miss Gray very kindly stayed with me to settle my brother's affairs, but naturally she prefers to find a position in London.
Ah, très bien.
I'll be absent all morning, Mr. Poirot, but the nurse is coming soon. She's to ensure that the dose of medicine doesn't make our patient drowsy.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. Have a nice trip, mademoiselle.
Just stop it right here. Okay, hit that like and return to my channel. And let me know in the comments if you want to see my face again or my avatar used last. And see you next time. Bye.